This is the old courthouse in Santa Ana, California that was built in 1901, and this is scene 37 from Walk With You, the story of Dred Scott and the Blow family of Virginia. The Supreme Court building, Washington, D.C. On March 6, 1857, in a small room in the Capitol basement, the Supreme Court rules that Congress has no power to prohibit slavery in its territories. Chief Justice Taney spends hours reading the Dred Scott decision. Bailiff. All rise for the Honorable Roger Taney, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Taney, please be seated. We are prepared to render a decision in the case of Dred Scott versus Mr. Sanford. The plaintiff, Dred Scott, was with his wife and children held as slaves by the defendant Sanford in the state of Missouri. The question is simply this: can a Negro whose ancestors were imported into this country and sold as slaves become a member of the political community formed and brought into existence by the Constitution of the United States? The words people of the United States and citizens are synonymous terms that mean the same thing. We think they are not, and that they are not included and were not intended to be included under the word citizens in the Constitution, and therefore can claim none of the rights and privileges which that instrument provides for and secures to the citizens of the United States. On the contrary, they were at the time considered as subordinate and an inferior class of beings who held to be subjugated by the dominant race. The legislation and histories of the times and the language used in the Declaration of Independence show that neither the class of persons who had been imported as slaves nor as descendants, whether they had become free or not, were then acknowledged as part of the people, not intended to be included in the general words used in that memorable instrument. They had for more than a century before been regarded as being beings of inferior order and altogether unfit to associate with the white race, either in social or political relations, and so far inferior that they had no rights which the white man was bound to respect, and that the Negro might justly and lawfully be reduced to slavery. Narrator. The trap is sprung. However, instead of settling the issue of slavery once and for all, it aroused public outrage, deepened sectional tensions between the northern and southern states to hasten the eventual explosion of their differences into the American Civil War. Although Taney hoped that his ruling would finally settle the slavery issue, the decision immediately spurred vehement dissent among anti-slavery elements in the North. The Dred Scott decision was a major political miscalculation. In its ruling, the Supreme Court sought to solve the slavery controversy once and for all. Instead, the court intensified sexual strife, undercut possible compromise solutions to the divisive issue of the expansion of slavery, and weakened the moral authority of the judiciary. If you like this video, please press the like and the subscribe buttons.